Okay, so here we are. I'm YuYu. I'm an animal communicator, healer, and personal power coach. I've been doing this for more than 15 years, and I'm now planning to lead a retreat to Egypt in January 2026. And today I have my animal communicator friend Lauren here, and we're going to talk about Egyptian goddess, especially Sekhmet, who is the lioness goddess. And I'm going to channel Sekhmet the goddess, and Lauren is going to channel the lion energy.
Yes. Hi, everyone. I'm Lauren. I'm so excited to be here. Um, I am also an animal communicator, as you mentioned. I'm particularly connected to wild animals, so I cannot wait to connect in with the lions today and see what they want to share.
Thank you. Let me first talk about Sekhmet. How much do you know about Sekhmet?
I don't know a ton. I know that she is the god of like a chaos, like war and chaos. Is
Uh-huh.
that correct? Okay, I know a little bit about that, but yeah, I would love to learn more.
Yeah. So Sekhmet is one of the daughters of Ra, which is the sun god, like
Mhm.
the one of the earliest, the biggest god in Egypt. And her she's a goddess of war. She helps Ra to go to conquer and defeat enemies. And at the same time, she's also goddess of healing. It's very controversial.
Mhm.
And then she goes. She's fearless. She goes to wherever she goes, she burns everything, and then everything goes to blah, and everyone gets killed. And then she has a very fierce energy. She loves drinking blood. And so there was once, the legend goes that there was once she went to kill and conquer, and she killed all the enemies, but she couldn't stop. She just continued killing and killing, and you know, whomever you are, she just kills. Like she's burning villages after villages, and people were getting so scared. She's like nonstop, and she drinks blood. And then they decided to feed her wine, red wine, and telling her, this is blood, please drink it. And she did. Of course, she got very drunk and she was very happy and she spared the life of the village. So she is also like related, she's associated with wine. And her, she's very strong. Like she's very strong, she's protective. Um,
Mhm.
and she's really like, um, brave, courageous. And I have a very deep connection with Sekhmet because I can clearly remember my past life. I used to work as a Sekhmet warrior. I was a lion, and I was like, I could see myself being half lion, half human type.
Oh
And
wow,
yeah,
amazing. That's so
yeah.
cool.
And I also had a vision, I think it's probably more than one lifetime. I also saw a vision which I was riding on the lion and fighting.
Okay, wow.
Horse. I was riding on the lion and fighting. And that's why this lifetime I was really connected with lions.
Mhm.
Uh, yeah, I'm very good with big cats. Cats
Yeah.
and big cats. Yeah, I love them. I feel like they're like dogs. They are really similar to dogs. I worked in two occasions. I worked as volunteers to work with lions in Africa, in Zimbabwe and in Namibia. And very
Okay.
close to
Wow.
lions, and it's really amazing. And I used to have a lodge, a safari lodge in South Africa. One of my neighbors, he had two white lions, and it's like I was playing with them since they were baby until they were just like huge.
Oh my gosh, that's incredible.
Yeah.
So did you feel the courage and like the similar kind of properties or like I guess aspects in Sekhmet? as the lions when you were in their
Not
presence?
really.
Mm.
Actually, um, with real life lions, I feel a lot of tenderness. When
Mm-hmm.
I connect with
Interesting.
the real life lions, I feel a lot of tenderness, gentle, and there was one female lion which I worked with in Zimbabwe. It was just so like I was like, oh, I want to. Can I? I was joking on my last night there. I said, "Can I bring her? My name is Mika." I said, "Can I bring Mika to my tent? I want to sleep with her tonight."
Oh my goodness, that's so sweet. Yeah, because I'm just kind of I'm connecting in a little bit and similar to what you're saying, like I feel that the Lions are saying that they have the strength and the courage, but they'll use it when they need to.
Yes.
Think of a lion always as the roar, and they have that, and they'll use it. But it's like it's the balance. So it's interesting too what you're saying with Sekhmet, as she couldn't stop the kind of the she wasn't able to stop going with the kind
Yeah.
of like the fighting side. So maybe like I wonder if she's teaching the balance between like you have the
Yeah.
power and when to use it and when to not.
Yeah, yeah, I think you're totally right because because you see in Sekhmet herself you see the contrast. You see like the healing
Mhm.
side and the fierce warrior side. And it is, I think it's a constant remind for us in me particularly like to nurture both sides. I am in overall, I feel like I am more like quite fierce, quite like I'm a warrior, I'm a fighter. But I think I could use more tender, gentle side, like the more feminine side, because there is a balance there. And now that you talk about real life lions, for me, it's really more of that tender side. It's very hard to explain this to most people because they associate lion as all fierce, like they're eating humans and they're going to kill you and whatever. But it's never that. It's for me, like lions, they're just cats. Like they're just cats. They're just bigger.
Yeah, they're playful, right?
They're very playful, and we used to when I was a volunteer, we used to make toys for lions. It's really like playing with cats. Like,
Oh
you
my
make
God.
balls, except we make bigger and stronger balls.
That makes sense. Yeah. I've seen like when I went to Africa too, I saw them and actually a lot of their time was spent lounging too, like lounging in the sun. You could tell that they because they are the top of the food chain, they could kind of they had that like calmness
Yes.
about them too, of just like the knowing that they're safe and and that type of thing.
Yes, yes,
Interesting.
that's the thing that I can definitely borrow uh, in my life, that side of lion, of feeling, like you said, they are the top of the food chain. They're not, they don't feel unsafe. They don't need to be always anxious or alert or, yeah, they can have one meal and then they sleep for 2 weeks.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Interesting too. I was like wanting to talk about because you were mentioning like the healing and the war too and like how she burns everything to the ground. Like I wonder too like um that reminds me of lions. Like you know they do have to kill other animals to survive, but they're keeping things in balance as well.
Yeah.
Um, it's like maintaining, restoring balance, and sometimes like that is healing as well, because if say there was too many zebras, then there would be like disease and they would be not well. So
Yeah.
like it keeps like the balance of things. So I wonder if like even with Sekhmet, it just reminded me like how sometimes like war and chaos brings things back into balance.
Yes, yes. There's a definitely a balance there. Yeah.
But it almost like needs to happen. The chaos sometimes needs to stir things up for it to be like seen maybe or
Mhm.
looked at like even within ourselves the chaos can like really shake things up, and then it creates change, which is
Yeah,
and can lead to healing as well.
yeah, yeah, yeah. And I feel like for me, for example, Sekhmet is definitely when I connect with her, definitely she has that fierce side. But to me, she also feels like a very stern
Mm.
mother.
Mm-hmm.
Like very, she's actually very supportive, but she's very like, she can be strict and stern, like, go do it. Like,
Knows what's best for you and pushes you along, kind
yeah,
of thing.
yeah.
Yeah.
And she once also taught me a way of healing. And she says, because I use different method of healing, depends on situation. And then she told me that sometimes if there was one of my favorite modality of healing is water healing. And then
Mm.
once Sekhmet told me that sometimes water is too soft. Depends on the situation. Sometimes you might, if you want to, you might want to call me instead. And I'm just going to go in and burn everything and clear everything.
Oh, I see. Okay, that's really interesting. That makes sense. Like, yeah, the fire, it almost reminds me of like a forest fire too, but it act that spark ends up sparking like new growth
Yeah.
because like some of the trees, I know this is reminding me of it. Some of the trees will have acorns in them or something in the bark that the heat will activate the seeds, but they can only be activated, they can only grow with the heat, or else it's just kind of stagnant. So that's really interesting too.
Mm.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
just reminded me of that.
Yeah. Yeah. I usually would, Sekhmet is the one that I very often channel. And I want to try if I can channel her today. But
Mhm.
of course, it's not like, hey, come, and they would come. I need to see if she's ready to channel. Do you want to ask any specific questions either for you or for someone else or for a broader group?
Yeah, definitely. My question would be, how can we work with Sekhmet in our own healing?
In your own healing? Okay.
Mhm.
All right. So I will try to, I need to do a little bit of like preparation and I'll try to channel her and I will channel her to give the message to you
Hey.
and uh, as a representative of a lot of people, like how you can use her energy for our own healing.
Okay. Should I, if I have other questions, should we just ask as they come up, or should I say in advance?
We'll see. We'll see how it
Okay.
goes. We'll
Okay. Sounds good.
see if I am able to bring her in
Okay.
and and then we'll see how it goes and where it goes and how she feels. She's segment.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Hmm. 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 Segment. Hmm. Segment. Segment. I am the Almighty Segment. Hmm. Thank you for the channeler to bring me here. My dear child, Lauren, I see you. I see you're here. I have been trying to build this connection with you, Lauren. I know that you have a connection with lions. You have a connection with me. And I did hear your question earlier. You were asking how you can work with me for your own healing. And I have heard your conversation earlier with the channeler. Believe me, I'm sitting here all the time, whether the channeler wants to believe it or not. And I heard your conversation, and you have this insight that you don't even need me to explain to you more. You understand it is about balance, it is not just one side. And when you need courage, you call me. And when you need tenderness, you call me too. And don't forget, there's always two sides of me. There is always two sides of everything. And when you are calling for your healing, you bring both side of me, not just one side of me. It's going to be overbalanced. If you only call the burning, the fire, the warrior side, it's going to be overburning. It's going to be overpowering. You always need the tender side to support. And if you want the tender side, don't forget you have that strong warrior side. And you need to know how to use my power, my healing power in in different circumstances. And remember, it's like fire and water, it's like a yin and yang when they talk about it in the Eastern world, and there is always a balance there. Remember that. And when you need to connect with me, just call my name. Just call my name. You can feel that fire. When you feel me, you will first feel fire. That is
Mm,
not, that cannot be mistaken.
mm,
However, I want you to remember fire is for regrowth too. Fire
mhm,
will burn down everything that you don't need, and that's going to be facilitating the new growth. That ash becomes very tender and gentle and a fertilizer for your growth. This is what I'm here for, to help you to burn whatever you don't need, but also help you to nurture the new you, the new healing aspect that you need to grow. Um, it's like the mountain fire. After the burning, the new green baby grass will very, very quickly grow out.
mhm. Can
And
I,
thank you for asking this question.
are you open to me asking another question?
Yes, my dear child.
So in the story, um, you mentioned, or it was mentioned that you continued on the power, and burned down the other villages. Can I ask, was this an example of showing what can happen when it's out of balance, or why did this happen?
Yes. Exactly. This story is where I learned my lesson of balance. You can't be overpowering on one side only. There is always a balance side. Even when we are killing enemies, there is a certain limit that we can't go over. Once we go over, it tips the balance.
That makes a lot of sense. Um, for the lions, are they showing lots of tenderness because people view them as just the power side and they need to show the balance on the tender side as well?
People see what they want to see. People see what they need to see. For
Mm,
people who are afraid, for people who don't have the courage, don't have enough strength, don't have the warrior spirit in them, they will see the lion being a fierce, a horrible, even a scary image. For those
mhm.
people who have a lot of strength in them, who have the warrior spirit in them, they will need to see more gentle and tender side of the lion, and that's what they see.
Beautiful. Wow. Incredible. Is there
I hope
anything
I
else?
was able to help you, Lauren.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you so much for your time, and it's been an honor.
Do you have any other questions before I leave the body of the channeler?
Any other advice or Oh, okay, okay, sorry. If going to Egypt, how will this help activate individuals who feel called?
Going to Egypt because Egypt is a magical land. When you are in that land, you automatically feel closer. It opens your channel. For a lot of people, it's an initiation for them. They, especially for people who have never been to Egypt, that land will inevitably crack open their spiritual growth. That is why the physical presence in Egypt is very important. It is not, you cannot reach that level of connection if you're not physically there. Yes, of course, you can always connect with me spiritually in your mind, in your calling and meditation. However, that land will give you that support and give you that groundness and connect with really, really deep earth and connect with thousands of years of history and thousands of your own past life reincarnation. And that will bring up a lot of things which you would have never imagined if you're not physically there. That is why connecting with me and connecting with us all our deities in Egypt, we welcome you to come to this land to have a deeper connection with us.
Wow, thank you so much. That makes so much sense.
Thank you, Lauren. And I am leaving the body of the channeler. And always remember, you can just call my name. And when you feel the energy of fire, you know that is me.
I will definitely do that. I can't wait.
Thank you, and goodbye for now.
Goodbye.
Thank you, Sekhmet. Wow. I'm so hot.
Wow.
God, I'm sweating.
That was incredible. Like I'm literally in like awe right now.
Really? Wow.
Absolutely incredible.
Oof.
Oh my
I
goodness. Wow. My jaw was like dropped the entire time. I was like,
really.
yeah,
Wow.
the messages were so profound. The messages were, yeah.
I can't wait to see the recording because I wasn't, I think there was some wisdom there which I didn't even know, but I can't
Oh,
remember now.
oh my gosh. I'm just I'm like, I think I need to like process that this is so incredible. Oh my gosh. And like what she said about going to Egypt, because I asked about like what going to Egypt, like what's there. Or like and she said just like being on the land like cracks you open.
Yeah.
And you like it's like being physically there, you're able to like tap into all of the yeah, like all of the mystery and all of the past and the history and like open
Yeah.
it up through and then build the connections. So that was really cool. I also love that she said about the lions, how like you see what you need to see with
Oh yeah,
them.
now I remember. I remember when I was channeling that message, I was the me, the physical me. I was thinking, wow, I've never thought about that.
Same. I was like, wow, they show you what you need, like the side of the balance that you need to. Oh my gosh, that's so cool. Wow, what an honor. What an honor to like witness. Yeah. What
Yeah.
a talented channeler you are. You.
Wow. I'm so happy that I was yeah, I was able to get her right away.
Oh yeah, and like the it's like the when she came through.
Yeah.
The demeanor changed. Like it's like she was so, and she was just using your vessel. Like it was like, wow, wow. And it makes so sense, like, because I asked about the like the story you told about
Mm.
her, and I'm like, why would she keep going and killing and stuff? And she just said, yeah, it was her lesson to learn about the balance, which is like so interesting that the goddesses are learning their own lessons and the deities
Yes.
as well. It's like, okay, they also have their own things that
Yeah.
they're going
That's what
through and
I like.
showing us.
Yeah, that's what I like about the Egyptian and also, Roman and Greek, ancient Greek mythologies. Those gods or deities, they're not flawless.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're like
Yeah.
humans. They each have their own weakness and they make mistakes and they sometimes do wrong things.
Yeah, but it shows us that it's like they're teaching us through that, right?
Yeah.
It's relatable. Yeah.
Wow.
I'll see if like the li like I feel like you covered so much, but I can see if like maybe the lions have anything to share.
Yeah.
Um, okay, let's see. I'm gonna connect with the lions. They're showing actually like um a heart of like courage. Like with
Mm,
courage comes a big heart. Like stepping into like and they're kind of showing, they are like the leaders. They're like they are the leaders of the land. They overlook the land. I think of like the Lion King, right? When they're on the rock
mm,
and um they keep everything in balance. Like they're very powerful, but with power, they're saying comes great responsibility. Having
mhm.
that much power is like you again, like back to what Sekhmet said, like the balance is so important. It's like you eat when you're hungry, but you don't take your
Yeah,
power too far. You
yeah.
keep it where you take just what you need to allow the balance to happen. And he's saying like you trust there's enough, and that's something that
Yeah.
yeah, that's something that like as humans are trying to learn.
Yeah.
There's a lot of like scarcity and we're hoarding on, right? Which kind of takes the balance out because it's like we're holding on to all this extra, and they're showing like um cattle farms and that type of thing where it's like like
Hmm.
or in grocery stores we have so much backlog
Yeah.
because we're afraid there's not going to be enough. And so they're wanting to kind of like teach us as well the balance of like trusting that there is enough and
Hmm.
trusting in when to use your power and when to soften and allow, give space for others. Yeah, they're also when do you roar and when do you just sit back and relax? Because they're not always roaring, but they have to sometimes to keep the peace and to keep things in order, which is the exact same messages as Sekhmet, which is so interesting, like the gentleness. And then coming through now, they want to show, like you said earlier, how um, you felt like she's also a mother, and it showed like a mother with her cubs. She allows them to play, but she will teach them what they need to know
Yeah.
to become leaders and to harness their power. She will teach them to hunt. She will teach them when to hold back, not just go after anything that they want. It's like
Yeah.
the almost like the discipline and like the order, yeah, the order of things, not just following your impulses. You're teaching the kids like they might, oh, I'm powerful. Now I know what the skills I have. I'm gonna go eat everything or I'm gonna kill everything. And they're saying, no, it's not gonna be that way. I'm gonna teach you how to use it so that you can honor your own power. Um, but then you can also, it's not all about that. That's just this piece. So
Yeah.
that's really beautiful. This
Wow,
is
that's
actually,
very beautiful. And I also really like the part you said about the scarcity.
yeah.
Like they don't have that energy. Definitely not. They are totally like they don't hoard. They don't go like we better catch. three giraffes today in case there's not enough, next week.
Exactly.
No, they just, yeah, they just,
Just because they can, it's like
yeah,
they won't just, they can, of course they can. They have the power to do that, but they won't because it's, they're just taking what they need.
yeah, they just take what they need. And if they do catch, they hunt a giraffe. I've seen in the wild, I've been to Africa, I don't know how many hundreds of times, and they would stay with that one carcass for a week or even, until they finish. They don't
Hmm.
go around and say, let's go find something new, or, we want more. They stay, they consume, they don't waste.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's like almost like respect as like the leader. It's like I feel like they take their power very seriously. And again, like they're coming back with the great power comes with great responsibility, and they show themselves as leaders and they
Yeah,
set the tone, within
yeah,
their kind of ecosystem.
yeah.
I love
Wow,
that.
that's
Mm,
amazing.
cool. I think that's all
Oh,
they really want to share. I don't think there's too much more. They're also show like the showing the main and like taking up space and not afraid to take up space, like owning who you are
mm,
when you need to. And then again, they're going back. I see them on their backs, like the tenderness, like you said, the play. Um,
yeah,
just because they are powerful doesn't mean there's not time for play.
yeah,
Yeah, it's like you don't have to be one or the other. You can like be it all. You can embody it all. It doesn't take away. The playfulness doesn't take away from the power either.
yeah,
So,
yeah.
yeah, just gonna see if there's anything else they want to show. I think like the last thing they kind of want to show is like pride, like being proud of yourself and like living day to day. Um, what is the word? Like humble, like, okay, what are they trying to show? They're showing like respectfulness. Oh, integrity, integrity. I'm like, what is that word? They're trying to show like living in integrity. They live in integrity. Even though they have, again, it's back to this power and this strength and this warrior spirit, they
Mm,
still live in integrity. Yeah, so that's like reminding us every day um, to like as leaders to like always be humble and always
mm.
like take care of those around you, even though you need to eat. They're still taking care of like they still respect and love the prey animals as well. So that's what they're saying. Yeah, beautiful.
Lovely, so beautiful.